Have you ever noticed that some foods you used to love just don't seem to sit right anymore? Maybe it's a little more bloating after dinner, or that heavy, uncomfortable feeling that lingers long into the night. And sometimes, it's not even about a full stomach, it's that odd ache, or those mysterious gurgles that make you wonder if your body is trying to tell you something. Well, you're not alone. As we get older, especially after 60, our digestive system starts to work a little differently. It's like a car that's been reliable for years, but now it needs more gentle care, better fuel, and just a bit more attention. What used to be a quick snack or a harmless meal can now quietly cause issues behind the scenes, without you even realizing the food might be the culprit. So today, we're going to talk about something that might surprise you: the everyday foods that could be silently irritating your stomach after 60. You might not see the effects immediately, but over time, they can contribute to acid reflux, bloating, gas, or even inflammation in the gut. And the best part? Once you know what to look out for, you can make simple swaps that'll help you feel lighter, more comfortable, and even more energized. Let's start with one that hides in plain sight, and it's probably in your kitchen right now. White bread. Yep, the soft, fluffy loaf that seems so innocent. For many years, it was a staple on our breakfast plates and sandwich lunches. But here's the thing. White bread is made from refined flour, which means most of its fiber and nutrients have been stripped away. What you're left with is something that turns to sugar in your body quickly, and that's not just a problem for blood sugar levels. For your stomach, white bread is like empty filler. It doesn't support digestion the way whole grains do. It can slow things down in your gut, causing constipation and bloating, and over time, that lack of fiber can actually weaken your digestive strength. Think of fiber like the broom that keeps your system clean and moving. Without it, things start to drag. Now, that doesn't mean you have to give up bread altogether. There are so many tasty options these days, like sprouted grain bread or oat bread, that give your stomach the support it needs. It's all about choosing what helps your body, not what holds it back. Now, let's talk about a second sneaky stomach saboteur, and this one might surprise you: artificial sweeteners. Yep. Those little pink, yellow, or blue packets we add to our coffee or tea thinking we're being healthy. They promise fewer calories and they taste sweet. But what they do inside your gut is a different story. As we age, our gut becomes more sensitive to chemical additives. Artificial sweeteners like aspartame or sucralose can disrupt the natural balance of good bacteria in your stomach. That imbalance can lead to gas, bloating, and digestive discomfort, and even affect your immune system and mood. Some people notice the effects right away after switching to diet drinks or sugar-free treats. Others may not feel it immediately, but over time, their stomach becomes more reactive. It's a quiet kind of harm that builds up. Instead of reaching for those artificial packets, try natural sweeteners like stevia or a drizzle of honey if you need a touch of sweetness. They're gentler, and your gut will thank you for it. Let's move on to one that often sneaks its way into dinner time, especially comfort food dinners. Fried foods. Crispy, golden, delicious, and unfortunately, not so friendly for an aging digestive system. When food is deep fried, it soaks up a lot of oil, especially the bad kind of oil that's high in trans fats or omega-6. These types of fats can be hard to break down, which puts extra pressure on your stomach and intestines. You might feel fine right after eating fried chicken or fries, but a few hours later, that sluggish, bloated feeling kicks in. Your body has to work overtime to digest it. Fried foods can also relax the lower esophageal sphincter, that little muscle that keeps stomach acid from rising back up into your throat. And when that muscle loosens up, hello heartburn. But here's the good news: you can still enjoy those comforting meals with just a few tweaks. Try air frying instead of deep frying, or bake your favorites with olive oil and herbs for that crispy feel without the stomach ache. Little changes like this make a huge difference. Now that we've touched on refined bread, artificial sweeteners, and fried foods, it's clear that our stomach after 60 needs a bit more kindness than it used to. And when we choose foods that support digestion rather than stress it out, we feel the change in our energy, in our mood, and in our overall health. Let's keep going. There's another common food that may seem harmless but can create surprising issues, especially as we get older. And that food is dairy. Now, before you clutch your carton of milk or your favorite slice of cheese, hear me out. Dairy has been part of many of our lives for decades. It's in our cereal, our coffee, our snacks, and of course, those creamy desserts we love after dinner. But as we age, something shifts in the way our bodies handle it. You see, our production of lactase, the enzyme that breaks down lactose in milk, starts to decline naturally. And without enough of that enzyme, the lactose doesn't get digested properly. It lingers in the gut, where it ferments and causes gas, bloating, and sometimes even cramps or diarrhea. The tricky part? Many people don't realize they've become lactose intolerant. It doesn't always hit right away. It can be subtle, like a slight queasiness after that creamy pasta dish, or a night of tossing and turning after a cup of hot chocolate. It's easy to chalk it up to other things. But in truth, that daily bit of dairy might be silently stirring up trouble. Now, this doesn't mean you have to give up every dairy product cold turkey. Some people tolerate yogurt or hard cheeses better than milk or cream. And there are so many gentle alternatives now, almond milk, oat milk, lactose-free options, that taste amazing and go easy on the stomach. It's all about listening to your body. If something makes you feel off, even a little, there's probably a better option out there. Let's shift gears now to something that might be sitting right next to your salt shaker. And that's hot sauce, chili flakes, jalapenos, anything that brings the heat. Spicy food can be a thrill when you're young. It's fun, it wakes up your taste buds, and it's almost like a little challenge. But after 60, it's not always so fun. Our stomach lining becomes more sensitive, and spicy food can irritate it without much warning. That irritation can trigger acid reflux, indigestion, or even gastritis over time. And it's not just the burn on your tongue, it's the inflammation it can cause deep down inside. Some people find they wake up with a sour stomach or a sore throat and don't connect it back to the spicy dinner they had the night before. Others feel fine during the meal, but the heartburn comes knocking a few hours later. Now, don't worry, you don't have to eat bland food forever. Flavor doesn't have to mean fiery. Try using herbs like basil, rosemary, or turmeric to add depth without the damage. Ginger, for example, is a beautiful spice that actually helps with digestion. You can still love your food, just maybe in a more stomach-friendly way. And while we're on the topic of inflammation, we have to talk about processed meats. Bacon, sausages, deli slices, they're quick, they're tasty, and they're packed with preservatives and additives that your stomach isn't a fan of. These meats often contain nitrates and sodium, which not only increase blood pressure, but also cause irritation in your digestive tract. You might notice a heavy, bloated feeling after a big sandwich or a plate of breakfast meats. Or worse, you might not feel much at all. But over time, the damage accumulates. Think of it like tiny sparks in your digestive system that never get put out. Eventually, they can lead to more serious issues. A better choice? Go for lean, unprocessed proteins like grilled chicken, fish, or beans. They're easier to digest and full of the nutrients your body truly needs, especially now. By now, you might be noticing a pattern. Many of these stomach-aggravating foods are ones we've grown up loving. And it can be hard to let go of the habits and tastes that have been with us for decades. But here's something beautiful to remember. Our bodies are always guiding us. They send little signals, little nudges, telling us what they need and what they don't. It's not about cutting out every favorite food. It's about noticing how those foods make you feel and gently adjusting so your stomach doesn't have to work so hard. Because when your gut is happy, your whole body feels it. You move easier. You sleep better. Even your mind feels clearer. Let's take a breath and check in for a second. How often have you felt tired after meals? Not just full, but drained. How often have you chalked it up to just getting older, when maybe, just maybe, your food is playing a bigger role than you realized? You deserve to feel good after eating. You deserve comfort, energy, ease. And those things are absolutely possible, with just a few thoughtful changes to your plate. Now, there's one more food that often flies under the radar, something many of us enjoy with good intentions, but it might not be as kind to our stomachs as we think. And that food is fruit juice. Yep, even the kind that says 100% real or no added sugar on the label. It sounds healthy, doesn't it? A glass of orange juice in the morning, maybe some apple juice with lunch. It feels like you're doing something good for your body. But the truth is, even natural fruit juices can quietly cause chaos in your digestive system, especially as you get older. Here's why. Fruit juice, even without added sugar, is loaded with natural sugars and almost zero fiber. That means when you drink it, you're getting a sudden, concentrated hit of sugar straight into your system without the balancing effect of fiber to slow it down. Your stomach absorbs it quickly, which can cause blood sugar spikes, and more importantly, it can irritate the lining of your gut. For some people, especially over 60, fruit juice can lead to stomach cramps, acid reflux, or that uncomfortable, sloshy feeling afterward. You may even notice more bloating or irregular digestion without realizing it's tied to that innocent-looking drink in the fridge. Now, this doesn't mean you should stop enjoying fruit. Quite the opposite. Whole fruits are fantastic for digestion because they give you the fiber, the water, and the vitamins all together, just the way nature intended. An apple or orange in its full form is far gentler on your stomach than the juice that's been squeezed from 10 of them. Try swapping that glass of juice for some sliced fruit and a glass of water. You'll feel fuller, more satisfied, and your gut will be much happier. So, let's take a step back for a moment and look at the bigger picture. After 60, your digestive system simply isn't the same as it was at 30 or 40. And that's not a bad thing. It's just a new phase, like entering a quieter chapter of a book. Your stomach becomes more sensitive, your metabolism slows down a bit, and your body starts asking for foods that heal instead of foods that strain. When you tune in and honor those signals, something amazing happens. You begin to feel lighter, more comfortable, and even younger in a way that has nothing to do with wrinkles or gray hairs. It's the difference between dragging yourself through the day and moving with ease. Between restless nights and deep, satisfying sleep. Between dull discomfort and that peaceful, balanced feeling that starts in your gut and radiates outward. The changes don't have to be big or dramatic. Start with just one thing. Maybe swapping out white bread for whole grains, or switching from artificial sweeteners to something more natural. Pay attention to how your body responds. That's where the real wisdom comes from, not just from advice, but from you and how you feel. And remember, food isn't just fuel. It's part of your joy. It's tied to your memories, your family, your comfort. The goal isn't to strip that joy away. It's to protect it. To choose foods that make you feel good not just while you eat them, but long after the meal is done. You've made it through so many seasons of life. You've adapted, grown, overcome challenges. This chapter is no different. It's just a new kind of care. A softer, more intentional way of treating your body with the respect it deserves. So, let's take care of our stomachs because they're at the heart of how we feel every single day. You don't need to follow the latest diet trend or count every bite. You just need to stay curious. To notice what makes you feel better, and keep doing more of that. If you've had any of those stomach issues lately, bloating, discomfort, heartburn, or fatigue after meals, it's worth taking a second look at what's on your plate and in your glass. Because even small changes can make a big difference when it comes to how you feel. And now that we've walked through these 7 sneaky foods, I'd love to hear from you. Have you noticed certain meals just don't sit well anymore? Is there something you've recently stopped eating that made a difference in your energy or comfort? Drop a comment below and share your experience. Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear. And if this video helped you, go ahead and give it a like. It really supports the channel. And of course, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss more helpful tips, inspiration, and support as we all walk through this journey together. Remember, age isn't a limitation, it's a deeper understanding. A chance to treat ourselves with more compassion, more wisdom, and more care. Here's to living with ease, to waking up without that heavy feeling, and to truly enjoying the meals that nourish not just your body, but your spirit too. You deserve that every single day.